This is a quick video. I was going to drop it on Maya's birthday, but I got things I have to do on her birthday, so I'm dropping it early. This video is only for like Maya fans that want to know a little personal event, a little personal information about her. Something that's exclusive. It hadn't been covered in interviews before. She's never spoken on it. You know, bringing you way back. So I'm going to take y'all back to 2003. December 26th of 2003. So this would have been in Maryland for my right before Mood Ring was released, but this would have been at the height of her music career. So at this time, this is Maya was 24 years old. She had just turned 24, I think, and there was a black Range Rover that was traveling at a very high rate of speed in College Park, Maryland, coming off of the 193 on a street called Greenbelt. It's between 48th Avenue and Baltimore Avenue. And there was a lady, this is where you get to the near fatal collision that took place with Maya. But there was a lady who was a family friend of Maya's mom's next door neighbor at 4711 Greenbelt. You're welcome to pull that up on Google if you need a visual. 4711 Greenbelt. And so the lady came next door to where her mother lived just to come and visit, day after Christmas. She didn't usually, show up there. This was her first time ever showing up to the next door neighbor's house. She parked the car right next to Maya's mom's fence. So they had a main fence line between both properties. She gets out of the car. The car, I think, was a Passat. I think it was a Passat she parked. She gets out of the car, and as she goes into the next door neighbor's house, all of a sudden they hear this huge collision, like a major collision, like an explosion. And they go outside and they see a damaged, I think it was a Range Rover, a black Range Rover. And the black Range Rover had come in at such a high rate of speed that it totaled out Maya's mom's fence. And it totaled out the Passat to the point where a couple of minutes prior to that, if the lady had just parked the car, it's questionable whether or not she would have survived the accident. Thank God she had gotten out of the car. So they run outside and, to evaluate what's going on, and immediately they notice that the driver of the black Range Rover is Maya Marie Harrison, the famous singer at that time. So the lady from the Passat goes over to approach Maya as she's trying to get out of the Range Rover. And she says, are you all right? What happened? And she said that Maya seemed a little bit, wasn't really all the way addressing her concerns or whatever. And, generally with an accident, you never know. I mean, it was a major collision, so you can't fault Maya for, not being able to answer the lady's questions right away, right when the accident happened. But there were no passengers in the black Range Rover. It was driven solely by Maya. The collision took place by Maya. It was a major, major collision at the next door neighbor's house. So the lady with the Passat is asking Maya to go ahead and, let me get the insurance and let me get your registration. And Maya kind of takes off a little bit and goes to the front door of her mom's house, and she summons her mom out. And remember, Maya's 24, now she's bringing her mother out. Her mother's the accountant. So her mother comes out and starts talking with the lady of the Passat. The lady with the Passat is like, no, I can see which way this is going to go, and we're not going in that direction. I need the insurance for Maya on the black Range Rover because my Passat is completely totaled and I could have been killed. So Maya's mom is like, well, look, I don't know the circumstances. I don't know where Maya's insurance is for the Black Range Rover. The truth is, Maya was not on the insurance for the Black Range Rover. She wasn't on the registration. She was just driving somebody's Range Rover that, she was authorized to drive it, and who owned the Range Rover will remain anonymous because, whoever owned the Range Rover never did anything to me. So that person remains anonymous. Maya's mom's like, okay, go ahead and call the police, whatever. Police show up. This is the city of College Park police. Two young officers that haven't been on the force that long. And they're like, they come in, they explain it to Maya's mother. They're like, what are you doing here? Maya's mother's like, this happened on my property. It's an accident on my property. I'm here. I'm part of I'm part of the situation. What do we need to do to work this out? So the police tell Maya's mom that they need the insurance for Maya on the Range Rover so they can give it to the lady with the Passat so everybody can go their, own separate ways. Well, mom, and I was really impressed with her mom on this one. Her mom goes in the house and comes back out, gives the insurance to the police, and says, okay, here's the insurance that covers the accident. So the police tell Maya's mom, they say, oh no, this is not the insurance, this is your homeowner's insurance. This isn't automotive insurance. We need to make sure that Maya has auto liability insurance on this Range Rover. So Maya's mom says, no, the accident happened on my property. And my homeowner's insurance covers the structure and it covers the entire parcel of land. So any accident that happens on this property is covered under my homeowner's insurance. So these young officers are like, we never heard of this before, And finally, Maya's mom convinces the police to buy it. They run with it. So they're over here, the lady with the Passat is like, there's no way y'all are fixing to do this to me. She needs to get a ticket. She needs to be investigated. So the police get a little bit more firm with her and explain to her, look, there's an accident took place here. We don't know where the insurance is for the Range Rover. There may be insurance. We don't know. Maya's not providing it right now. She's just coming out of this accident. Go with the win-win. And the win-win is take the homeowner's insurance policy and file the claim that way. So the lady with the Passat, she's here day after Christmas. Her car is completely gone. Maya must have came in at 4711 Greenbelt. She must have came in at over 50 miles an hour in order to do that much damage. And I'm going to tell y'all what I really think it is. I think Maya was angry because I've told y'all before, I've had 2 or 3 incidences with Maya in person where she's gotten extremely angry and it was, noticeable. But anyway, so the lady has to take the insurance. Maya avoids getting a ticket for the accident, which the insurance, the homeowner's insurance is what that is really called is basically that's a case of first impression is what that is. Homeowner's liability insurance, homeowner's insurance would cover maybe you were backing up and you accidentally hit your wife's car or something, or you came in your driveway a little bit too fast and maybe you hit the structure of the house. But in this particular case, I felt like when I was reviewing it that Maya's mom was trying to perform what's called legal gymnastics. Something in which the law is not really intended. The law is supposed to work like this, not like this. And I followed that case for a while to figure out what would end up happening. Number one, that's why the media, that's why you never heard of the accident, because Maya wasn't ticketed. If she would have received a ticket, then you would have heard about the incident back in 2003. How I found out about it, that's the $1,000,000 question. That is the $1,000,000 question. But let me tell you what ended up happening. Over 10 years, Maya's mom dropped that homeowner's insurance. She made sure her daughter didn't get a ticket. It's a big shout out to mom. Like, that's a really good mom to have. That would be a really good mom to be like, mom gonna come out and take care of everything and, you know, be very assertive and just, she dropped the homeowner's insurance policy like she was busting spades. Bam, that's it. I don't want to hear it. These police are like, we're looking for the automotive insurance. Don't worry about that. You go with the homeowner's insurance policy. Long story short and in closing, okay. The lady with the Passat files with the homeowner's insurance company. Of course, the homeowner's insurance denies the claim. The lady with the Passat gets the lawyer, takes the insurance company to court. It goes on for 10 years, over 10 years, because there was structural damage to Maya's mom's fence. So when Maya came in and took out the Passat, she also took out her mother's fence and completely damaged it. Unbelievable, the court ruled that the insurance company was liable for the accident because of the structural damage to the fence, and Maya's mom's policy covered not only the structure, but it covered the entire property. So any accident that takes place on that property, it has to be paid. So I thought that was a very interesting story when I researched it and I found it, and I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and share that because that's something that has some entertaining value to like a Maya fan or whatnot. But I always told y'all, I was like, we're going to find out who this real Maya Marie Harrison is. No doubt about that. And let me say this before I go. I'm going to drop another one of these. This one's going to be about Maya and an ex-boyfriend. And it's going to have a lot of private, personal information. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to drop that one, though. I'm going to drop it the next time Maya drops a new single. Whatever date that's going to be where Maya's going to drop her new single, I'm going to drop that video on the same day that she drops a new single. Yeah, I don't know what, yeah. Y'all thought Maya was just, Maya out driving people's Range Rover. She not on nobody's insurance. She's not on the registration. She smashed everybody's car up. How did she pull in her mom's driveway at 50 miles an hour? Maya told the police that she was run off the road. But the police were like, there's not enough road for anybody to run you off the road. So the police department never believed her story. However, what saved Maya was mom and that homeowner's insurance policy. I'm gone.